Hello, good morning. I'm at the allotment this morning. Nice and quiet. It's a bit of a grey day, but I prefer it like this. See all the allotments around. Hello there, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. This is Louise from Louise's Lifestyle. Thank you for joining me. This morning we're looking at what's growing in the allotment Polytunnel. So if you've seen the video where me and my friend Shawana, this is her allotment, and this here is the community polytunnel, which is shared by allotment holders, and they grow vegetables and fruit for the community, you know, for food banks and stuff. But this section here, they said we could plant in because it gets a bit boggy in this side, so I don't think they do much here. So this is my friend Shawana's bit, and she's got this great big bottle gourd growing. Has got a few bottle gourds, but they're going brown. I don't know what's happened there. I fed some tomato feed to it today, and you can see it's really taking off. So eventually I think it will get some gourds to stick. You can see a couple there. So just get it to train this way. And down here, this is my section, and I've got these aubergines. So I've got Giotto and aubergine bonica. So I've grown these from seed. Now the ones I've got at home are not as big as these, because obviously they do benefit from being in the warmth. And although it's not terribly warm today because they leave the polytunnel doors open, I think that's probably due to it getting very hot, and also to aid pollination so that insects can come in, bees can come in and pollinate. So what I've done is I've relocated some plants today. I've put my watermelon was over there and it was a bit dark, so I've planted it here, and then I've stuck some of my Naga chilies in the ground there. That's the only okra that's survived in this polytunnel. The rest I think were all eaten by slugs, unfortunately. And that's another chilli plant. That's my hyacinth bean. It's stretching across. So what I'm going to do is, if it gets to the end there, I'll just weave it back so it sort of forms like a curtain, and hopefully we get some nice beans off it. And I've got one of my amaranth, the only one. I think there's a couple there. Don't know what happened to the rest, they've all got eaten. There's some of my rocket chilies. They're with little, oh, it's got flowers on it. Oh great, lovely. Oh yeah, lots of flowers on there. I'm pleased on that. And yes, and the aubergines have got flowers on them too. Hopefully that will aid pollination. I've taken out the courgettes that were in here. They were just getting all rotten. It's too humid, so I need to prop that up a bit. It's falling over. I don't want it to fall over. And there's another of my squashes. It's flopped over. I'll have to turn that back the right way up. So the leaves on the squashes are huge. And what I've done, I've planted just a couple, or 3 there, of Psyllium guava. The rest I'm going to take home. See how they get on. And then I've planted some of the Naga chilies there. And I'm taking the rest of those home. So we're back in my front garden where I have lots of containers for growing my veggies and stuff. And last November I planted single cloves of garlic that I got from Tesco's. I think it was oak smoked garlic, and they've come up really well. So I've got proper bulbs, you know, so single clove has produced these nice healthy bulbs. So very pleased with that. They were going to seed, so ideally you harvest them before that. So it's taken roughly about 7 or 8 months for these to develop. So I've pulled them all out now. Excuse my finger on the lens there. So the trough that they were in, I've added some bloodfish and bone, because of, you know, you need to put nutrients back in once you've harvested, because I'm going to replant this with some Swiss chard I've got here from Golden Days Nursery, and I've got some carrots as well. So this trough is going to be replanted. I've added some fresh compost as well, and this is rainbow chard. So I've got my carrots planted in the other trough, and the rainbow chard is in now, and solitary cabbage there, and I've also got some beetroot ready to plant. I did plant some in spring, but they all, well, none of them materialised, so they were either eaten off by slugs, I don't know, but planted them up in this second area there. And just show you this trough here. I've got my chives in here. There's a slug or a snail there hiding. And these onions, actually, these onions are for free. I use the bottom part of the onion. You know, when you peel your onion, you get a little root part, and some of the onions have more than one growth point. So this one you can barely see, but there's got 2 little circles there. That means there's going to be 2 onions coming out of this. So this one had 3, and the one next to it had, I think, about 4, and that one had 2. So I'm pleased with that. You can get free onions if you just keep the bottom part of the onion and just plant it. They will regrow. Now these are going to seed now, so they need to be cut back. Down here in another container we've got my aubergines. So you saw the ones on the allotment. These aren't as big, but they are beginning to flower, which is the important part. And I'll just show you one of the buds there. You can see they've got spikes on them, sort of a protection defense mechanism. And down there, my Malabar spinach doing really well. And look at these dwarf French beans. So they've done really well in a very small pot as well. And I've got down here our mixture of chilies, mainly rocket chilies, starting to flower. I've got the odd habanero in there as well. And these are my mints, got different types of mint there, and my red and green gem lettuce. I've got some basil here, it's been eaten by slugs a little bit, and some more little gem lettuce, and I've had to put nets over to stop, you know, birds and other things nibbling on them. So here we're in the back garden now, and I've got my moneymaker tomatoes that I got the seeds from Aldi the year before, and I never used them, so I thought why not. And then I've also got Roma, but I'm not sure which is which because I've lost the labels. So tomato plants look like they're doing really well. Now the kale, unfortunately it's been chewed by caterpillars. That's a lot of caterpillar damage there, and I had to pick the caterpillars off. Ideally it should be covered by a net, but hopefully it'll recover. So yeah. And down here I've got some sweet corn in this bucket with some perpetual spinach. And I forgot to add, there's a cucumber here at the back. It was doing much better indoors, and when I brought it outdoors it got sort of like scorched the leaves. So that's not doing as well as it was when it was indoors. There's a little skinny cucumber there. So in this plastic greenhouse, it's a narrow, tall one, got in 2018. I've got my musk melons. The ones that I had in the polytunnel died, so these are the only two left. And also in here, I've got my Bangladeshi cucumbers, which are doing quite well. No scorch on there. And here, this is the only yard-long bean that survived. And these two are the okra. So none of them have survived in the polytunnel, except for one very weak-looking one. And these have got like flower buds on them. So there's two here in the single pot. And that is the watermelon that's really taking off now. So it's doing much better than the one in the polytunnel. Down here I've got some more of my chili plants, different ones. I've got Kraken, Carolina Reaper, and these are some of my papaya seedlings. And these are my lemon drop chili plants. And there's the taro, or muki as they call it in Bengali. So it's completely edible, but it's nice as an ornamental plant. And here's one of my rocket chilies. So down here, last but not least, are the fig cuttings that I got from Brett Lyons at Lionheart 64. So most of them have produced leaves, but some of them didn't, so I've taken those out. So pleased with that. So thanks for watching, everyone. Take care. Please like and subscribe. Bye bye.